Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is Charles Mark.
Herr Mark. Wie geht's?
Charles Mark, M-A-R-K.
Ja. Mein Name ist Lou Paris.
Lou
Paris. Paris, just like Paris, France.
Paris.
Luigi Parigi, in Italian. Okay? This is my colleague, Bob Sills.
Nice to meet you.
It's his wife,
Judy.
Hi.
that's my colleague, Bruce Chapman.
Good to see you.
You may not remember us, sir. We are all from Amityville. We were your students. We were your German students.
Latin.
Latin for him.
German.
Deutsch.
Yeah.
Okay? And we came to apologize to you, sir. No, we really did. We came to apologize to you because, Mrs. Mark, we were really mean students. We were. We just were. Okay? So let me do something. If you need to sit down, please feel free to. But I have something I want to read to you.
I am so honored by you. I can't even express it.
Well, between the years 1959 and 1963, that was more than 2 generations ago, right? Okay?
Yeah.
But for some of us, and there are more of us, these are the ones that are here, but there are more of us in this group, okay? We have fond memories of that time, okay? Amityville Memorial High School on Long Island. You were there for how long? How long? Wie viele Jahre in Amityville?
Yes.
Wie viele Jahre? Wie viele Jahre in Amityville?
Garden?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wie lange?
Wie lange in Amityville?
Yeah.
16 years?
Oh, how long I taught there?
Yes, sir.
I taught there
See how good my
for
German is?
16
16 years.
Yes,
Yes.
16 years, up to about 65, 66, when I got a scholarship, when I got a leave of absence,
Yes.
sabbatic.
Yes.
And I found a job to fill my time at Oswego
Oswego?
State College.
Good. Well, here's what we remember, okay? We remember lacrosse games, we remember track meets, we remember wrestling matches, junior and senior prom, and certain teachers who were really special to us, including you, Dr. Mark, right? We used to call him Mr. Mark, all right? Well, some of us already knew that he had his PhD, but we used to call him Mr. Mark. And no one who studied German or French or Latin would ever forget him, all right? We would fondly, not to him, but we would call him Charlie, right, behind his back. Right? Among the students who studied German during that period were me, Lou Paris, Kurt Nesbitta, I don't know if you remember him or not, Frank Aikman, okay? We used to call him Fritz, all right? And there were others, some who didn't study under Dr. Mark, but who still remembered him and remembered him fondly. All right? This guy was stern, okay? Trust me, he was stern. He was a demanding teacher of language, demanded perfection, all right? He made us read German. He made us write German. He made us speak German. He made us think German. He made us think we were German, okay? In return, we were unverschämter Bengel. You know unverschämter Bengel?
Bingen?
Yeah, unverschämter Bengel in German. Impudent brats is what it means. And that's exactly what it means in German, okay? Dr. Mark was a man of strength, notably in his fingers, okay? It was generally exhibited when he would give one of us what we affectionately called the pinch. Remember the pinch? You would pinch us?
No.
You want to pinch me? Yeah, pinch me. He did it by taking his thumb and forefinger, and if you really kind of ticked him off, he would just grab your ear or your arm and just pinch it and twist. Still, in fact, I can show you the bruise there. That was back in the day when you could do that kind of thing. Now it would be called third-degree assault, child abuse, or something like that. But guess what? We ended up better for it, and we thank you for it. Okay? How much better? Here's how much better it made us. Kurt Nesbitta became a business manager for Gulfstream Aviation in Savannah, Georgia. He's retired. Frank Aikman earned a PhD in physical oceanography from Columbia, lived in France for several years, He's now the Chief of Marine Modeling and Analysis Programs for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in Washington, D.C. Bruce Chapman became the superintendent of schools in a couple of different places, South Burlington, Vermont, among others. All right. Bernie Goldberg spent a lot of time and still is involved in direct marketing, runs his own company. I spent 20 years in the Air Force, okay, including a lot of years in Europe, where I spent a lot of time in Germany, where I used that German that you taught us.
Yes.
I also spent 20 years as a television news reporter. Right? We were all influenced by Dr. Mark. Right? Over the years, as this group spoke to each other, we always wondered what happened to Dr. Mark. Where was Dr. Mark? Every conversation we had came to Dr. Mark somehow. All right? So last fall, we discovered that you were up here in Massachusetts, alive and well and doing well, and we learned that you had established an endowment. Okay? We didn't know your background when we were in high school.
You thought you were, I was German.
We thought you were just mean. But you know, as we read your background, read your biography, read your experiences, we said, wow, if we had known that back then, we would have been a lot different and a lot kinder to you. We wouldn't have been unbeschamed to Bengal at that time. So
No, I have only the best recollections. I think the students, both in German and French, were wonderful. The girls as well.
mm,
And I don't remember, I remember an incident, but I don't know at what time, where 3 students drowned.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Owen Bradford,
Oh,
Steve Stein, and Gary McCullough.
Yeah, they were
That was your class.
That's my class.
tremendously good students.
Yes,
One of them was German, one of them was French.
Stein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Stein, yeah, I recall now.
Well, Herr Mark, im Namen aller Ihrer Führern, AMHS-Studenten, ich entschuldige mich aufrichtig, dass Sie sich für unsere Gemeinheit. You understand that? Did you understand?
Say,
Okay. Again, Herr Mark,
yeah,
im Namen aller Ihrer Führern, AMHS-Studenten, ich entschuldige mich aufrichtig, dass Sie sich für unsere Gemeinheit.
yeah.
All right? We apologize to you, sir. We apologize to you. Okay. Now,
But you shouldn't have done this.
yes, we should.
No.
Yes, we should. Yes, we
No.
should. Yes, we should. Nesbitt, Aikman, Goldberg, Chapman, and I decided to do something to make up for our misdoings, okay?
Well,
So when we discovered that you had an endowment, we decided that we wanted to get everybody that we knew to contribute to your endowment. So, Dr. Mark,
coming all this distance, you know, I can't imagine that someone could figure this out. I think
especially us, right? But to you, we say congratulations, sir,
Thank you.
and we hope you put that to good use.
Thank you. Well, sure, yes, thank you very much. So I appreciate tremendously your interest, and I value coming here, you coming here, though, as I say, my memory of Amityville High School has pretty much vanished
Mm.
over the years. You know, it's 50 years or something.
Mm.
I remember, of course, Edward Cat, Mr.
Yes, Mr.
Cat,
Cat, yes.
the principal whom
I remember him too.
I used to visit.
For different reasons.
Whom I used to visit. You know, when I went to Long Island,
Yes.
I stopped. Clancy for a long time was a
Mhm.
good friend.
Mr. Clancy,
He was teaching history.
Yes,
Mr. Clancy,
Mr.
yes.
Clancy.
And again, I probably would recognize the names,
Yes.
but I don't retain them anymore. I just, you know, it's so long. And of course, I went then teaching at various institutions, so I had different students.
Just remember this, Dr. Mark. You may not remember us, but we all remember you. That's the important part. That's how important you were to us. And so,
Yeah.
we thank you.
Thank
We
you.
thank you very much for what you did for us, and we just wanted to say, like I said, do a little bit for you and your endowment. So,
Thank you,
congratulations.
thank you so much, and give my regards to everyone
I will.
who is interested, and I wished I could do something more, but you know.
You've done enough. You've done more than enough.
Just know that we appreciate your dedication to the profession. We appreciate all the time you spent with us. You are a wonderful teacher,
I have
and you've helped a lot of people.
Yes.
I have never expected this kind of high honor, the highest one could get, much greater than all the distinction, because you were after all my own students.
Yes.
And what can be more than that?
I have one other thing I want to give to you. This is one of my favorite books, okay? This book is named Destined to Witness. It's about a young black man, a boy, who grew up in Nazi Germany during World War II. He didn't hide. He lived quite openly. He ended up coming to this country and becoming very successful. I'll sign it for you in a minute.
Okay, thank
But I just
you.
want to give you that. That's an autobiography that I think
Thank
you'll
you.
enjoy.
I have in my later years turned to fiction,
Yes.
and I have published 2 novels. I think I have to mention to one of the students to you. Philosophy, 2 Pussycats, A Fable of Our Time, and Love and Fantasy in the Cuckoo Islands.
Okay.
These 2 novels, which are also not only obtainable at
Amazon.
Here comes a commercial.
Amazon, yeah, but they are also online, to download from,
Kurt.
if you have the,
Kindle.
Kurt.
Kindle.
yeah.
I'm here at the ceremony. I'm standing next to
So,
Dr. Ross right now.
that's my own biography,
All right, okay.
both of them.
I will.
The 2 Pussycats, which was translated into several languages and published in Czech Republic. I didn't do the translation, someone else did, to China, and about sold 10,000 copies. So that pleased me. The Philosophy of Cats, as it was titled in the translation, is about my life here in South Deerfield,
Yes.
in Massachusetts. The other book is about South Pacific,
Okay.
in my time in New Zealand, which preceded Amityville.
Well, I tell you what, let's do this. Let's sit down and eat. You don't have to stand up all the time because we're getting old too. Our feet are getting tired.
So we have food here as a buffet, so.
Could we get maybe a picture of all of you
That's
guys with the
good.
check
Sure,
first?
with the
That would be
check.
terrific. Maybe standing right just back a little bit right in front of the table.
Sure.
So let's back up just a little bit here. Right there in the middle of the group. Okay.
I'm going to take a few. And maybe we could get one with Neil and Amy in it too.
Okay.
Amy, could you join them?
Excuse me.
One more. Great, thanks so
Okay,
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, time for lunch.
I am myself used to go to Prague to visit my own. And I know exactly, because I remember my professors. But it was 20, 30 years ago, so still they remember
Yes.
also.
Yes. Yes. So, this is Mark.
a long time ago.
I know he's gonna lose this, right?
Do we have a copy of your?
Yes, it's in there. Thank you, and your name is? Your name
This
is?
is Paula. Paula Mark.
Paula Marks, okay,
And
good.
I must tell you, I am totally
I
embarrassed.
only came to local
Because,
paper
Yes.
as
what you did for
a
me,
short period as
Yes.
is
the
incredible.
library in
It
Cook.
will be
Oh, really?
forever
Because we
in my
were living
memory.
in,
Listen then.
And so you were in the
expect-
library?
I
I didn't expect.
Sometimes, let's see,
succeeded an eccentric
that can happen.
gentleman called Robert Lane.
Okay.
And then when we moved up to this,
Needed education, I know.
changed my style of life somewhat.
You're getting it.
Reference librarian at the
I am
university.
glad that you found make some use
Dean of Libraries.
because so many
University of
subjects
Memphis, Tennessee.
are taught in schools
Goodness,
and
well,
colleges.
send her a greeting.
I will.
Little
One
use is
librarian
made
to another.
I will.
in leisure
That's
life.
terrific.
That happens quite often. And that you could make here and there a bit of this sort of is wonderful.
So as guest of our honor to you, will you start, take the first place? Please.
Oh, well, okay.